Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Y'all, I'm super excited because I want to go ahead and talk reality television, more so Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's start with Married to Medicine. First things first, y'all know the Married to Medicine ladies are really pushing back at these claims that they are the spawns of the devil and the devil's minions from hell and mean girls, and they're married to misery and miserable in medicine. You know, Phaedra Parks versus Married to Medicine. They've been going back and forth. Listen, Dr. Heavenly is pushing back on that, obviously. She went on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and gave us a compilation of all of Phaedra's greatest hits as far as her being a quote-unquote mean girl, I guess recently. And she tweeted, "I wasn't going to post this, but I can't let my fans' hard work go unnoticed. Hashtag mean girls." And it's like a bunch of clips of Phaedra Parks being a mean girl, right? What's interesting is that just a few minutes after she posted that, she posted this. You're trying to argue that Phaedra Parks is a mean girl against her claims that y'all are mean girls, and then you post something like this. Do y'all know whose teeth them is? Okay, Dr. Heavenly went on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and said, "I know I need to be worried about my man asking for numbers, but this is all I'm worried about. Pray for me." And then she gonna show Contessa and all of those brown teeth. Yikes, yikes. Okay, is it giving mean girl? Is it giving mean girl? Okay, is it giving Shamea? No. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation in the comments down below. It's giving hypocrisy if you ask me, but it is Dr. Heavenly. She's one big enigma. Okay, already. Listen, moving right along, let's go ahead and talk. Oh my God, Sweet Tea versus Quad. Why was they eating each other up? Why was Sweet Tea kind of keeping up with the girls with the shade and the reads and stuff like that? I was kind of like, okay, Sweet Tea. Okay, she was kind of eating up a little bit. Basically, the premise is that, Sweet Tea doesn't really understand why she has tension with Quad. Y'all know Quad is the ex-wife to Dr. Gregory Lunsford. Sweet Tea is the current wife to Dr. Gregory Lunsford. And so Sweet Tea is basically saying, like, there's no reason for us to have beef because we don't really communicate or interact like that. But I think, what's obvious is the fact that y'all are both on the same platform and y'all both didn't have the same dick. And so it just is a breeding ground for tension, okay, for beef, right? Not to mention that's the whole reason why she was brought onto the show, Sweet Tea was, but we'll get into that in just a bit later. Let's see.
It's a jealousy thing or something. It's something that I have that you don't. I have something that you want that you no longer have. Oh, Lord. Well, one can only speculate that because me and Quad, again, have had no more than a 2-minute conversation. There's no
I'm a skip, copyright.
Crap about me when we have no issues.
Sweet Tea.
I had some tea earlier and it was really, really bitter, so I had to send it back.
Okay.
Okay, that's Quad throwing shade.
Let me say this. I have no challenge with you, Letitia.
Okay, well, what happened?
I have no
Where did we
challenge
go
with you. I don't even know you, baby girl.
You're watching me closely with a magnifying glass,
girl,
just waiting for a moment.
No,
you are.
You, my dear, would not be here without me.
No, you wouldn't be here without Gregory because he is the medicine.
And I was in medical device sales, honey. So
listen, I hope your man got a fleet of ambulance trucks.
Don't worry about my man. Don't worry about my man.
To keep you relevant.
He's fine.
Okay, Quad said you would not be here without me, which I think is partly true. I think one of the main reasons why, Sweet Tea is onto the show is because of her connection to Quad by way of Dr. Gregory. However, that's exactly why Quad is still on the show too. Because if we want to go back memory lane, Heavenly admits to being a ghost producer and begging producers to cast Sweet Tea in order to make sure that Quad had a relevant storyline. And these are not opinions. These are facts. You can go back and watch Dr. Heavenly's lives from a year ago. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so let's see. I think they're going back and forth some more.
He's fine.
Okay, no, listen. This is my husband.
Every bit of it, honey. Every bit of it.
Stay
and he talks to you like you're on a stick.
You're yesterday.
Get used
you're
to
old
it.
news.
Not your yesterday, your old news.
Get used to it.
You're
Get used to it.
You're beside the point. You're a non-factor. That's what you are.
not the Evelyn Lozada who gave Sweet Tea these reads. I mean, listen, who knew that Sweet Tea was going to be keeping up with the girls? Okay.
Unaffected to who?
Paula from Glendale, California said, I'm not sure why Quad would be jealous of T. Her man got her a Rolls Royce while
Allegedly.
T's.
And that tea just came out. Okay. Now listen, I don't know the details behind the Rolls Royce that Mr. King gave Webb, but allegedly, apparently it was repoed or somebody took it or somebody stole it or child, I don't know.
So let's talk about your alleged. Let's talk about your alleged because you're very concerned about my Rolls Royce. Talk to me about it.
Allegedly, like I said, allegedly.
Okay, I love how Sweet Tea is not scared of the girls. Okay. She's new to the group. Doesn't have really a lot of friends in the group. They bully her on the way she looks and the way she dresses and, you know, talk about her like a damn dog, right? And I love that she's standing up for herself. I'm proud. I'm a proud little nephew.
You come off as very fake.
And you come off very country and
you and girl, you come off as Skip from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, and
you're a Beverly Hillbilly.
Am I? I know you didn't say that. I would be so.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Sweet Tea ate. And then heavily in the background trying to be a cheerleader. It's like, girl, sit your ass down. Shut up. Didn't somebody call Quad a hood rat from Tennessee? Like, what do you, or was that K. Michelle? I can't remember which one. But anyways, all y'all country. Beverly Hillbillies though. Okay, that was cute. Okay, Sweet Tea, which one of your gay best friends gave you that line? Let's talk about it. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Let's move on. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Flavor Flav. Okay, so listen, a lot of the girlies onto the social media last week were saying how, you know, Angela calling Shamea Morton Flavor Flav was a colorist, right? And so now we've gotten to the bottom of the situation. Let's watch the clip.
Be nice then.
Appreciate that.
You're a mean girl.
Actually, you're the mean girl.
No, you're a mean girl. It flows with your name. Shamea. You're a mean girl.
Actually, Shamea.
Shamea.
Okay, so
Shamea. Angela 8.
With that 99 nose, don't do that.
Okay, Flavor Flav.
Wait, guys. Of all the noses that
You need a clock. You get Flavor Flav.
Her daughter's here.
Okay, so basically, this took me forever to figure out because y'all, I was a little tipsy and I was a little tired and I'm looking at the TV screen and my head is hurting a little bit and I'm watching and I'm not understanding and then I play it back and I'm still not understanding and then finally I watch and then I'm like, oh, that's what she means. So basically, Angela feels like Shamea is up, you know, Porsha's ass. There was a line where, you know, Shamea said something about her 99 nose and, you know, Angela goes, oh, well, at least my nose isn't up Porsha's ass, right? She feels like Porsha is a lapdog, etc., etc. So basically that kind of coincides with the whole Flavor Flav thing because Flavor Flav is a hype man. And Shamea is Porsha's hype. Okay, Angela, who gave you these reads? Okay, the girls are studying. They're low-key studying and they're rehearsing. And you know what? I'm not too mad at it because they're delivering. Okay, so we saw that mystery. Okay, so let me know if you feel like it's still colorist. Moving right along. So then we have Miss Diane. Okay, so let me set this scene up for you. Right? So y'all know that Edie, Kelly, Farrell, and then Shamea Morton, they had like a 3-way dinner girls' night. They're talking about Porsha. She's going through a divorce. She's going through a hard time. And then you have Kelly talking about well, she should have never took that man's husband. Fast forward to Shamea and Porsha go to the strip club that y'all were all so disgusted by because y'all are all high and mighty and holy. And, you know, Shamea is basically carrying that bone like, hey, heads up, like, these girls are talking about you and Kelly wants to, you know, inquire about why you took the lady's husband and whatever. Okay? Fast forward to Porsha and her mom, Miss Diane. Shout out to Miss Diane. We love Miss Diane. They're having a conversation And Miss Diane is kind of like listening to the story, and she goes, well, why is Shamea even like bringing those bones to you? Like, what are her intentions? She knows that you're going through a hard time. She knows that you're going through a divorce. Like, why is she bringing this negativity to your front door? So let's go ahead and watch that.
And I was just there like, this is not fun. Like, I don't want to hear about hating women or whatever.
Why would she want to tell you everything that somebody's saying something that's negative and she's trying to make you feel better? How does that go together? I know you don't want to hear it. You and Shamea have been friends since y'all was in high school, but you got to watch the dog that brings the bone.
Not Miss Diane is the one sowing the seed for the breakdown of the Shamea and Porsha friendship. What the hell is going on? She said you gotta watch the dog who brings the bone.
I was in high school, but you got to watch the dog that brings the bone. You're going through a freaking divorce.
I think she...
Okay, so first things first, Shamea had very genuine, pure intentions, okay? She was giving her friends a heads up. Hey, this is what, these girls are saying. I'm going to have my birthday party. She's probably going to bring it up. Heads up so that you're prepared. We're also filming a reality television show, so I am supposed to bring you bones. Like, that's the purpose of the television show. And then on top of that, in the moment when Shamea and Kelly were having the drinks and stuff, talking shit, Shamea stood up for Porsha in that moment. Like, you need to get to know her for yourself. You need to talk to her and stop judging and stop believing the blogs, etc., etc. Y'all get what I'm saying? So it's giving that there's some sort of concerted effort, okay? Because Kelly was kind of alluding to the fact that Shamea was putting 10 on 2. Is that the saying? Like putting extra sauce on it. And then now Diane is saying, why the hell is Shamea bringing you bad news? Okay. Your life is one big bad blog headline. And we don't need no more bad news like Eveline from The Wiz. Okay. Why is Shamea bringing you more bad news? Is that really a friend? So they're trying to flip the situation. Okay. To make it seem like Shamea has like these ulterior motives, which I kind of feel like is a little fucked up. Not gonna lie about the situation. So with that being said, let me know if y'all watched last night's episode. Let's talk about it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.